Hey guys, I'm HOJ, and in today's video, we're going to be doing a best of one standard event with a Sultai Reanimator deck with some of the new cards from the new set. All the links are going to be in the description, and the top pinned comment is going to have a link if you'd like to subscribe or become a member. All right, let's jump in. So, since the new set dropped, Formidable Speaker is kind of one of the best cards, I think, identified in the entire set. It just does so much for so many decks. And if you want to see my last video, Formidable Speaker played a big role in a mono green kind of ramp Craterhoof deck, and so there'll be links if you want to check that out. But yeah, this card does everything, and I think it's even better in Sultai Reanimator because it comes in and you can discard a card. So you can discard, one of your major targets like Bringer the Last Gift, or Ardyn the Usurper, Harvester of Misery, or Overlord of the Balemurk, or even Deceit, one of the other new cards in the new set. And so you just pitch something in the yard, and then you go and find the copy of Cavern Mindbitten to be able to play it the next turn. So this gives a lot more consistency to this deck. You can pretty routinely get turn 4 or turn 5 setups where you just go off. Other cards that are supporting kind of the strategy, you have a full playset of Awaken the Honored Dead, which gives you a little bit of removal, and then you can mill some cards, hopefully finding some Reanimator targets. And then the third step is you can discard a card and get a creature back. Usually that's going to be Cavero to then play whatever is in your graveyard. You also have a full playset of Bitter Triumph, which gives you some more removal, which also allows you to pitch a card into the yard, hopefully one of the targets that you want to reanimate. And then you have a full playset of Oblivious Bookworm, which is really nice because it draws a card, it has 3 toughness, comes down early, and then at the end of your turn you can discard a card, setting yourself up for the next turn. 2 copies of Analyze the Pollen. This, most of the time, is going to help you find the crucial 4th land to go off. But later in the game, you can collect Evidence 8 to go and find any creature card, which is pretty useful. And then for the targets, I know there's a lot of Reanimator decks right now that are running 4-color for Terror of the Peaks, and you certainly could update this deck to include that. But I think you can really do enough with just Sultai. So we have the full playset of Bringer the Last Gift to kind of do sort of a board wipe and then bring all your stuff back and hopefully win the game on the spot. You have 3 copies of Ardyn the Usurper, which is good in the mirror match, and also against any kind of burn deck, which gives you lifelink, and you can start pulling creatures out and winning that way. You have Overlord of the Balemurk, which fills your yard and gives you kind of a recurring threat. And then you have Harvester of Misery sort of for the like mono green decks kind of before they go off with their Ouroboros. If you can like nuke all their little mana dorks, this is pretty useful. And then 2 copies of Deceit. This is another new card. It comes in, you can evoke it by paying either 2 blue or 2 black or some combination. If you pay 2 black when you evoke it, you can look at the opponent's hand, take a non-land card, and make them discard it, which is very useful against control matchups to kind of strip away their counter spells, and then you just sort of go off. With blue, you can use this to return a non-land permanent to its owner's hand. So this is also really nice. You can use this to like bounce your Formidable Speaker to go and find whatever else you need. You can bounce the Awaken the Honored Dead and recast it. It's just all around very useful. And then for the mana, this is kind of the mana that was being used in one of the older versions of this deck. I haven't updated the mana. It's sort of been working. So now that we have Overgrown Tomb, you could probably include that here as well. I just, didn't want to sort of mess with the mana too much, but I'm sure you could update it to include it. All right, that's the deck. Let's jump in. I think Formidable Speaker is going to just create an immense impact on the meta here. It's so good in like green ramp strategies. It's going to, I think, be fantastic at this deck. It's just good in a lot of different decks. Gives you a lot of like options to find like tutor targets that are particularly useful. Yeah, so anyways, opponent is on the play. Happy to keep this hand. We've got a nice turn 3 speaker. We've got Cavern in hand. All right, up against burn. So let's see. Let's play our Watery Grave first, just so we don't take any pain. And then if we can survive to turn 4, maybe we get there. That is a big if, of course. But, all right, so Boros. Scalding Viper. Okay, that's a nice pickup. This is good because if we go for Blooming Marsh now, so we could do Overlord here to try to hit like a Bringer or like an Ardyn, which would be better against this deck. However, a 5/5 is kind of no joke, so we could just do Bookworm, give ourselves like a blocker for a turn, and then put an Overlord in the yard, which isn't terrible. Yeah, I mean, because like we could also like just like whiff on this, which would be pretty bad. But like, I suppose the other option is, so if we go for like turn 3 speaker, we could then pitch one of the Overlords if we didn't hit like a good target. So I don't really know which is the better play. But I'll play the Bookworm. It'll give us, you know, like a turn, a little bit of a speed bump. You know, maybe that'll be good. Okay, Harvester is also pretty good. This is probably better than Overlord, given that their creatures are all going to be nice and small. So we want to probably have this as the target. We could also use this next turn if we have to, but I think we just go like... I suppose we could actually use this next turn instead of Speaker, but Speaker's pretty good too. I think I'm just going to do it this way and then just do Speaker next turn to give ourselves another speed bump. The other thing is we do need to find a 4th land, so that is pretty important. Okay, there is the land. We could hope to like natural draw a 4th land that doesn't have pain and go for like human here. Probably do that. Because I think we just need another turn of like not taking full damage here to try to get there. Alright, now we can pitch Overlord. And what do we want? Like we could try to like do maybe another speaker for like the turn after. We could also go for like the Harvester if we want to do like Overlord plus Harvester in case we have to do that. Find another Bookworm, maybe an Ardyn. But again, we have to find a way to get it into the yard. I think I'm just going to pick up the second Harvester just in case. Don't know if that's right or not, but I mean, we definitely do need the lifelink eventually. I'm just thinking if they just like put us in a turn where we even like Cavern wasn't good enough, if they do something crazy. Okay, so they're setting up for Slick Shot Show Off. They might just have the burn in hand, which is kind of unfortunate because we sort of need to go off. I guess what we could do here is we could just hold up Harvester and then just play land and just pass. It's not ideal, but I think like, so if we go for like bringing back the other Harvester, they can just kill us from hand with Slick Shot Show Off. So I think we kind of have to respect it. All right, given that, we could also Pain and go for Overlord here, go down to 10. It is a little bit dangerous, but maybe that's the plan. You know, I think I'm just going to play this tap and just pass and just... Yeah, this is... I don't really know what's right here. If they have full bore, this plan isn't going to work because they can give it +3/+2. So this does sort of fall apart if they have full bore. Okay, Helix. Is that Helix to face? No, that's great. I'm so happy they did that. You don't even know how happy that makes me. Oh man, that's wonderful. Okay, I think we're just back in the game now. Maybe they don't know that we have the Cavero, but yeah, whatever. And I think we do just go for Harvester here just to clean off their board. We could also go for like a Speaker to try to find the Ardyn, but you know, I suppose, or just find another Cavero. It's actually not horrible. It's like round 2 we could pick up the Harvester, I guess. Yeah, I guess I'll go for Speaker here. We can just get another Harvester or another Cavero. Ardyn would also be nice because we are in danger of being burned out. But I think will just take too long to get it into the yard effectively. We will block that all day long. If they want to burn it out, that's fine. Okay, yeah, they might just have enough burn to get us here. Yeah, I think we just hope to get there. We just go for the, problem is, like, if we bring Deceit back, we're not spending mana to cast it, so we're not going to get the effect. So I think we'll just go for Overlord, probably. Otherwise, we could try to survive one more turn and, like, go and get the Ardyn. But, like, if they draw anything, if they just have anything, we're just dead. You know, that's not terrible, actually. We could do that. And we could still Overlord this turn. I think that'll be fine. Yeah, oh, never mind. It takes another step to get it into the yard. I forgot. Oh, well. Okay, this actually works. We can use Speaker if we draw enough mana. We can eventually get into the yard. It'll just take a little while. All right. Okay. Yeah, we're still another turn off of getting it into the yard. Or we can get into the yard now, but we can't bring it back just yet. So we could play Speaker. I think we need to deal with this lightning army of 1. Yeah, I think we just got to deal with that right now. This is just, yeah, this is sort of a little bit, I probably could have done this better. Yeah, and they just had it right there, so maybe we should have gone for sort of a different line, trying to find the Ardyn sooner, getting it into the yard. I haven't done too much of this deck, but it is a cool deck. I think it has a lot of potential. Alright, opening hand looks good. We've got the mana. Just need a couple more lands. Can use Bitter Triumph to get the bringer into the yard. Okay, there's another land, so that's nice. Alright, we can use Deceit to strip their hand if we want. We can also use Bitter Triumph. I think I'll probably just use Bitter Triumph here. I think we'll wait for them to sort of play their Ouroboros or whatever, and then kill it with Bitter Triumph, pitching the bringer. Yeah, I think we'll do it that way. Here they're going to go for a Badger Mole, give him 4 mana. If they have another Badger Mole in hand, it's pretty rough. Okay, they've got Speaker. Sure. See what they go for. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, so we'll get rid of the first Badger Mole. Got the land. We can use Awaken the Honored Dead to slow down their mana a little bit more. Leyline Weaver is particularly good here, so can deal with that. We could also just strip their hand, so they can't really kill us with this. So maybe let's just do that instead. Actually, let's see. Can we strip it for... yeah. Go black, black. So unfortunately, they are getting some Badger Moles back here, so we need to build our yard a little bit more. Yeah, so I'm still kind of getting used to, because this way they're going to have 2 Badger Moles back. I guess they can go and find another Badger Mole. It's probably their plan. Or I suppose they could go for Ouroboros here. Okay, so they're just going to find another Badger Mole. Okay, there's Analyze the Pollen. Yeah, so I think we're just going to do it. We're going to get back a couple creatures. They will have 2 Badger Moles, but they're also in top deck mode, so I think it's probably good enough. So I get they top deck really well. They could get there. But we do have Awaken the Honored Dead. So yeah, if they get like Crater Hoof off the top, we could lose. Oh wow, that's pretty good. Meringue is pretty good. As top decks go, that is pretty good. All right, how do we deal with this? Guess we could just awaken the Honored Dead and start over. That's probably the plan. Here's another bringer and a speaker. So this time they're going to get back some more stuff with the meringue. So we might have to kill them a different way. We are at 12, so we'll just sit back for now. We can go and get Ardyn though. Actually, this works pretty well. So we can use Analyze the Pollen to go and get Ardyn. We'll get rid of a bringer. Go find Ardyn. Use Speaker to get it into the yard. And let's... oh, what do we want now? Maybe a Harvester? So, okay, yeah, that'll do it. But yeah, it's a fun deck. Right, opening hand looks just fine. We have a ways to go, but that's okay. Suppose we could analyze the pollen and just go and find land. I think we'll have time to do that, though. Maybe not. Maybe I spoke too soon. Ooh, that's a nice one. Yeah, it's probably better in hand. Although, we need something in the yard. We can also use Analyze the Pollen. We've got Bitter Triumph, so not as worried about that. Oh yeah, I forgot about Veteran Survivor. It's pretty good against us. Guess we can Overlord. We can also hold up Bitter Triumph and then just like Triumph twice. That might be the way. Ooh, okay. So, gotta be a little careful here to protect our yard. We don't really need Analyze the Pollen, although that might be useful later. I think we want the Bitter Triumph, at least one copy. We want to get the Overlord into the yard eventually. Maybe we just do that now. Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess we can put the Overlord there, and then just, before this triggers, we can try to kill it. Hopefully it'll work. If it doesn't, it's awkward, but... we can also do it, because survival triggers the beginning of the second main phase, so we'll do like end of combat. Yeah, they probably have protection, but I think we just need to get started here. Let's pay 3 life. Question is if they have 2 pieces. Alright, they got the first one. Alright, let's see if they have the next one. Kind of have to go for it. Double Shard Mages is pretty brutal. Alright, well, it is what it is. We're going to need 4 mana eventually. I'm wondering if... yeah, I don't think Analyze the Pollen is going to do as much for us. Alright, that's going to do it. Yeah, 2 pieces of protection. It's a little rough. Hand is okay. We don't have access to black, which isn't great. So I don't know. Maybe we get there. We have, I think, 23 land, I want to say. I don't know how many black sources we have. I think I'm just going to mull here. Yeah, this is better. Actually, yeah, I guess we'll pitch a Bitter Triumph. Start out with Mortuary. Okay, 4 land is good. Oh, whoops, mistake there. I meant to play the Watery Grave. Forgot this was blue-green. Have not seen this version of the deck. I guess we could Harvester. No, never mind. Bitter Triumph. This doesn't really do much, though. There we go. Okay, so now we're on track. Let's name human. Could fill the yard a little bit more, but I think this is fine. Sure. Guess we'll hold on to the land just in case we need another card to pitch. Try for round 2 next turn. You know what? Let's Bitter Triumph that and just get the whole yard back. What else do we want? Suppose we could take their case file otters. They don't get anything. Or never mind, they still get it. They have day number 2. Can use Formidable Speaker to go and get the next one. Guess let's attack first. Just in case they find another Day of Judgment. Let's do it again. They'll eventually run out. Alright, what do we want to copy now? Let's copy our speaker, I think. Guess we could copy their auditor also. Could get a Deceit to strip their hand. Yeah, I think I like that. Oh, you know. Actually, that's fine. Yeah, we can get rid of that one too. Maybe a second Deceit. Let's see what else they got. All right, we'll eventually get there. Just if you rinse, repeat often enough, can fight through all the Day of Judgment. Two and two. The other card you could consider including is Wistfulness, which is another card from the new set. You can use that and evoke it to destroy or exile a artifact or enchantment. So that's potentially useful as well. All right, we've got the mana. Hopefully I can play my Bookworm on time this game. We want to keep our Bookworm around. All right, there's the Cavern. This is kind of a nice next turn, but we do need. We can just go for Ardyn next turn as well. So let's maybe put the Harvester in there. Yeah, next turn Cavern into Ardyn into Harvester is pretty good. That works too. So they get back a Wildfire Folk, but we get back a bunch of other creatures. Yeah, that's pretty good. And that should basically do it. This doesn't really really matter. All right, and that'll do it. Yeah, Ardyn is pretty good. Opponent might be roping us. But yeah, I think there's quite a few other decks that Formidable Speaker fits into. Actually, one of the other videos, I just did a video on Selesnya Airbend with the Airbender Ascension. And I think Formidable Speaker fits into that deck too. It's really good. So I might do an updated video with Formidable Speaker in that deck also if you want to see it. So yeah, just put in the comments if there's like certain decks that you are interested in seeing. Otherwise, I'm just going to kind of just sort of keep putting together different decks and just trying them out and running them through these best of one events and see if you guys find any of those interesting. Gotta love Assault Rope. All right, 3 and 2, we fight on. Opening hand looks good. Nice pickup there. Bookworm would be great on 2. Not entirely sure what we're up against. So I guess we'll just do Bringer. Ardyn's probably fine too. Can just do them both. Interesting. Oh, you know, actually, I suppose I shouldn't have killed that because now it's in the yard. Now it'll come back with the bringer. Oh well. All right, let's pitch Ardyn. And let's just get a backup, probably a backup Cavero, just in case things go sideways. Let's see, we've got black, blue, green. Yeah, okay, we can lose a land here. Trebuchet is kind of fun. Let's get a Speaker, though. I think Speaker's a little bit more fun. Guess we could get Deceit and rip apart their hand. I think we're pretty well covered. Maybe another Cavero, just to really make sure. Deceit's probably fine. Yeah, that's not gonna do it. All right, on to the next. Four and two. Curious if you guys have done much of the drafting for the new set. I've only done like one or maybe a couple drafts, but it does seem like a very cool set. So if you guys want to see more drafts, let me know. All right, opening hand looks good. Got Speaker to go and find whatever we need. Ooh, perfect. I think we just want a Harvester on the Elves, just slow them down for a turn. They're going to gain, I mean, they'll do some more damage to us, but we'll slow down their mana. So I think it's probably worth it. All right, what do we want to go find? Do we want Bringer? Bringer would be good eventually. Could just get like a Harvester. Be another option. It's like next turn we Ardyn, or we just Harvester, I suppose. Suppose if they play like Ouroboros, we're eventually gonna need something a little bit bigger. Try to find a way to get this into our yard. Yeah, they have the Ouroboros, unfortunately. It's pretty good. Bookworm would do it. Yeah. So if we Ardyn... Ardyn's still pretty good. I don't know if it pulls us out of it completely, but it's a good start. I think it's better than going for like Awaken the Undead for sure. So we go to 11, and then on their turn, this will be 4. These will all be 5 power. I think we need to hold back and block, I want to say. Because yeah, if we're 11, I don't think it's enough. We've got to chump with these 2 for sure. Mockingbird is pretty good. Yeah, the trample's really going to get us, I think, unfortunately. Because even if we block here and here, we're still taking 17. Taking 13. We only go to 11. Yeah, it's not going to quite do it. We needed a bringer a little sooner, or... Yeah, basically them not having Ouroboros that turn would have helped a lot. But yeah, so anyways, this is just kind of a start at the starting point for this kind of deck. Ended up going 4 and 3, so we about made our investment back. But just to quickly recap on the deck, let's see, here we are. So you could use like a singleton of Wistfulness if you want to be able to deal with like artifacts and enchantments and go and find that. Like the toolbox ability from Formidable Speaker is really what this deck is all about. If you want to incorporate red and have Terror of the Peaks, you could do that. If you want to have like board wipe protection, although I don't think you really care too much about that, you could have that. But yeah, this is a starting point, and thanks guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one.